All right, we back, and it's been a long weekend. It's Sunday, fun day, and we came back from Portsmouth, Virginia, from seeing A Day to Remember with Beartooth and Bad Omens.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a great show.
This was definitely one of the more enjoyable shows all around. From like the hotel we stayed in, we could walk to the venue, which is not something that we're used to. The hotel room was beautiful, and it was looking over the Elizabeth River. So like we looked out our window, and it was just Navy ships and water, and it was just beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a plus.
Yeah, we left at
a good concert experience.
We left at 6:30 Saturday morning and drove down. We hit Virginia Beach. We ate lunch on the beach, had a nice seafood, had a bunch of nice beachy mixed drinks. Thanks for joining. We're back on the way to see A Day to Remember. We playing this at the wedding?
No.
I just want to eat your butt. Sorry.
My family knows about our channel and shit. You're saying eat your butt.
Hey family. Welcome to the Concerts and Coffee Road Trip Dance Party.
I love this song.
Yeah, you do. Bye.
Get the fuck out my face.
What are we listening to now? You never know.
Leave me alone.
Uh-oh, what you eating on? Mementos? Uh-oh, Mementos. Mementos. It's the early morning dance party.
Good song.
Not that one.
You know what?
Good as that too. I'm driving.
It's the only thing, so it stops the end.
More hours, I need more hours with you. I spent the weekend getting even more. Got to do. And we got to the hotel and we was able to walk straight to the venue.
Yeah.
We had a good time driving in the car on the way down. So, but yeah, so we got there that evening and we walked down, and on the way down we stopped and got some food, ate some dinner downtown. It was very nice. I like Portsmouth, Virginia.
Yeah, the town, they had some tents up with like handcrafted stuff from local artists with a bunch of different artwork and handcrafted things. It was pretty cool. Yeah. They were kind of closing up as we were walking through, but we were also trying to eat and get in line.
Yeah, we pulled up to the venue, to pass the venue to go to the hotel room at 2:30, and there was already people in line, and the doors opened at 6.
Yeah.
So,
a
storm. Oh, go ahead.
Were you saying a storm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, we got there, we were waiting in line. We probably got to the line right before 5, which typically we like to wait in line about an hour because we're still in a pretty good spot.
We just ate, and we're now walking to the venue. I got whiskey in mine. Oh, there's something in my beard. Here's the line. We're at the port. That's why it's called Portsmouth. And we're going to see A Day to Remember Beartooth.
And then they started moving everybody into 4 lines, so we got even closer. And then right before, well, it had been raining pretty much the entire time we were in line. Just like sprinkling though, nothing heavy, nothing crazy. Yeah, but then by the time we actually got up and they were about to open the gates,
they postponed holding the gates because it was lightning over to the side of us on the other side of town.
Yeah,
you could see it. So they postponed opening up the gates, and we were scared. The way they were talking, we didn't know if they were going to go through with the show or not. They said the weather was not looking good.
It wasn't too. We kind of looked at the radar, and it was looking a little nasty over a couple cities over.
It was definitely sketchy. It was definitely sketchy. Like 2 blocks down, sketchy.
Yeah, but, not too far.
But they let them in. They let us in. They opened the gates on up, and we got in. And she went straight for the merch table. I went straight to the bathroom and to the liquor store.
The liquor store.
The liquor tent. So,
yeah, we got a pretty good place. Maybe like 3 people back from the gate when we first started.
Yep. And we got right in. It was like an amphitheater, so right at the pit, the general admission area, and the seats behind us was covered, but then they had a long section. It's a pretty big venue. It was right next to the port too, which was awesome. It was one of my favorite places to see a show.
Yeah, you could see sailboats coming into park like off to the side as we were watching the show. It was really cool. It's just right on like the harbor.
Yeah.
So
now we're gonna get into what you're here for. Bad Omens started the gate out, and it was. I've never seen Bad Omens, and we both had been checking out Bad Omens, and then we really blasted them on the way down there, and we started falling in love with them. And damn it, they didn't put on the show.
they were good. I know they're like I wouldn't say, well, yeah, they're fairly new compared to the other bands that we listen to. I feel like I've been around for a super long time. Definitely new to us. We actually were reading and like watching some videos today on the lead singer Noah, so that was pretty cool to kind of get an inside scoop. Because we kind of like to learn, the history on bands and their music writing and like meanings and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's definitely a hell of a front man. When they came out, it was started off kind of slow, but then when they come out with the second song was Artificial Suicide.
That's a good
And
song.
when they started letting out the heaviness, you could feel the place just change, the atmosphere changed.
Choose a life you don't get to choose. Another antichrist and big news. Can you hear me through the white noise? Can you hear me through the white
But they went right in with a Wall of Death. Was that song 2?
I think it was
or
song
3?
2. Song 2 or 3, right at the beginning. Wall of Death on the opening band.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Also with them, I noticed the 808 drops, the bass drops.
Yeah.
They hit perfectly in the songs. It's beautiful.
Feel it through your entire body.
Bad Omens, actually, too, they're putting on a tour now. This is the last tour of the season. This is the last show of the tour with A Day to Remember and Beartooth and Bad Omens. And now Bad Omens is headlining with Dayseeker. And the first show is in Charlotte on November 3rd. So that's not far from us, so we're going to try to catch that because we are now Bad Omen fans. And when they got the rockin', we got the rock. That shit was so good.
Yeah.
Like I said, you
They're
gotta
hype.
check them out live. Bad Omens. You got anything else you want to add to them?
No, they were fantastic. There's definitely a good starter to the show because the energy that Beartooth and A Day to Remember have, like that's hard to match, and I feel like they did a good job starting it off. So getting everybody amped up and prepared for a high energy night. So
there was Bad Omens people there just to see Bad Omens. After they went off, there was definitely people leaving.
looking at my arm.
Well, all right. Beartooth came right out next, and we just seen Beartooth headline. This will be the 4th time we've seen Beartooth, and one time we seen them on tour with A Day to Remember. So we had a pretty good idea what we were going to get. We love Caleb. Caleb is a hell of a front man. The whole band is great with the hype, the energy.
Yeah.
And they did what Beartooth does.
They did.
Caleb came out from the gate, didn't quit rocking, and I feel like I can kind of speed through them because we already have a whole video of them. But a hell of a opening for A Day to Remember with that energy. There was funny too because I don't know if I got it on film. I checked, but somebody changed their background and it said Beartooth. But it was like,
like
written
spelled all wrong,
and it was like
a
squiggly,
kid.
and Caleb didn't know, and he ended up. I don't know if he knew, but he looked back like he was surprised at one point in the show. It was hilarious. He like looked back and smiled. So I don't know if they were cutting up because it was the last show of the tour.
Probably, yeah. Like somebody was pranking up because it started off with like their official, like logo for this on the screen, and then it switched in the middle of a song, but it was like a kid wrote it and spelled it all wrong. It was funny.
Motherfuckers ready! Jump! Everybody fucking jump!
Yeah.
So and at this point, people kind of moved out, so we're dead in center stage of Caleb, and I know they're gonna play the last riff. We all know they're gonna play the last riff. We're all looking forward to the last riff.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. But yeah, you skipped over. I haven't been to a show yet where they haven't played Bad Listener. That is my favorite song, probably ever. I don't know why.
Yeah, Steph.
It will make me headbutt everybody. That's probably the point in which my neck started hurting afterward. Yeah. It's one of my all-time faves.
Yeah, Bad Listener. The whole set was good. They opened up with The Lines, and that's one of my favorite songs. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they didn't play as many, I don't feel like, off this latest album, the Below album.
Yeah.
They played The Past Is Dead.
The last show we went to was the Below tour, so I feel like they played a lot more songs off of that. But yeah, I think I found that I like when they're just on tour and they're not doing an album tour, because it's like I want you to bring out the stuff that I listened to 10 years ago, because I want to relive my teenage memories and headbang right here looking at you while you're looking at me 10 years later.
So
that's what I want.
the last riff, we all know Caleb's coming out. So I get my phone out, and of course he jumps right out. We're in the center, goes right by us, and he crowd surfs back to the front after rocking out in the pit. So I pull the phone out, and I got him coming from the back to the front, and he lands right beside us, like he's almost on top. I touched him. I just briefly put my hand out, and I was able to touch him. And I had that video. I shared it on our Instagram page, and he's seen it, and he reshared it on his Instagram stories. So that was
exciting.
That was exciting. That was dope for us. We were happy.
exciting when you have a highlight video.
Yeah. So
It's good.
Beartooth is slowly over the last few years has became one of my favorite bands. Their music is very down but also uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested to see the way this turns, and we got to see Riptide for the first time.
Yeah.
Since the song just came out.
It's a good song. I have lost my voice.
Yeah. Well,
I like to yell songs the whole time. No lesson has been learned. None.
and then for the finale, we have A Day to Remember. And we've seen these guys a bunch of times too. They're one of our all-time favorite bands. They deliver, never disappoint. If you have not seen A Day to Remember, it's A Day to Remember.
Yeah, it's cool too because Caleb was talking about how like becoming Beartooth and becoming a band, like that was one of the bands that he looked up to and like, you know, tried to like model after when creating his band and his music. So it's really cool when that happens and they're on tour together and you have that. 'Cause, like A Day to Remember is like, I don't know, it's one of. And I said this on our reaction video to Miracle, like, A Day to Remember is, like, one of my introductions into metal. Like, it's one of the bands that made me realize, like, I love this. This is my new favorite music. Like, where has this been all my childhood?
Well, they popped right in. I mean, they popped right in with the bangers. The Downfall of Us All. They had the curtain up, and they got it going, and then the curtain dropped. And we were right at this time. We made ourselves to the gate. There's nobody in front of us. We're leaning on the rail, and that's the spot to be, dead center. I couldn't have it. We could not have had a better spot.
It's amazing.
And so they just ran through the straight bangers, and we're just having the time of our lives, and everything's going great. And we are headbanging, and we are rocking. And you know us, I'm gonna go. We're gonna show y'all our little concert wall that we got of all the guitar picks and set lists. And we haven't got nothing by this time at night, and we're about halfway through, maybe towards the end of the show. Jeremy, it was after the.
It was after Second Sucks.
It was after
the encore thing.
Yeah, what's the name of the slow one? If It Means a Lot to You.
If It Means a Lot to You. Oh yes, that's what it was, because he had his acoustic guitar with the picks and stuff. Yeah.
And I love Neil Westfall, who's the guitar player, and I've been wanting a guitar pick. Jeremy had one of his picks, and we were able to get a Neil Westfall pick that Jeremy played, looked right at her, and chunked it to her. And go ahead and show him. Go ahead and show him the pick.
Okay.
Get in there deep like.
It has Neil's name on it.
So,
it's really exciting.
He throws the pick, but it falls short right in front of her at the gate. So me, being the opportunist that I am, I don't know if that makes sense, but me being who I am, I nosedive over the gate. So I'm still in, but I'm leaning over. Mm-hmm. I'm leaning over, and I'm grabbing this pick, and I can't get it off the floor with my fingernails.
Yeah, and then this.
Yeah, and this dickhead security guard takes and grabs the pick right out from under me while I'm grabbing it, and picks it up and looks at me and goes, and I'm like, "Hey man, let me get that." And he's like, "You're not getting it."
Yeah.
And he walks down 2 or 3 people and gives it to some lovely young lady. And I call her a lovely young lady because I was a little bit upset about the situation. And I guess she had seen me diving for it and getting it. And she was like, "Fuck that dickhead. This is yours," and handed it to me.
Which is awesome because, it's hit or miss. Usually with the people that we've run into at metal shows, people are nice and they, even if they really want something, if they know it's not right, like whatever's going on. Because honestly, like if that guy he should have just picked it up and handed it to him. Or me or somebody, And he didn't. And he was like, "No, you're not getting it," and gave it to somebody else. And it's just like, why? And then he made the comment that like something about somebody had come to some show. I don't remember, but yeah. And then the other security guard said to him, he's like, "Why'd you do that?" He's like, "They gave it to him anyways." And he's like, "Oh, he got it anyways." Like, why are you even acting like that? Like, we haven't done anything to you. We've been standing here in front of you the whole night, rocking out. So it was just, I don't know. And even, Stevie said he was like, if it would have been like a crowd surfer situation where I had to come over the gate and go out, like I would have done it. Because I totally understand that I jumped the gate to get this pick. But
and I didn't go all the way over. I leaned over it pretty far.
Yeah, his feet sticking up. I was trying to hold on to him.
I was going to get that pick.
One way or the other.
It's just when you give people authority, sometimes they take advantage of it. And I don't feel like he liked me disobeying the rules. But
you weren't disobeying the rules, though. Anybody can jump over the gate. They just have to go to the back after they jump over the gate. So if he would have said, "You need to come on over and go to the back," then he would have done it because we respect that.
And Dead Remember says, "Disrespect your surroundings."
They did say that.
They did say that.
They say that a lot. They've been saying that for a long time.
Yep. So, anyways, I hope that guy gets hit with a bag of dicks on the way out. Sorry. That's how I feel. Anyway.
It was not cool, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like a lot of people feel like the metal community is an angry community when really if you go to any other concert, you're going to run into a lot more angry people because people in the metal community are running into each other, jumping on each other's heads, like basically hitting each other because they're moshing, we're carrying each other, and like everybody's just like, sorry, it's cool, no worries. Yeah. Like, "Oh, you stomped on my toe, we're good." Like,
everybody's making sure nobody really hurt.
Yeah, you fell in the mosh pit, I pick you up by one arm, let's keep going, Like, I don't know. He was just rude and I didn't like it.
Yeah, but
I got that vibe from him earlier on, but I was like, whatever, because I didn't know anything like that was gonna happen. But it was a little, it was a little douchey.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
anyways,
what he said. But after that, you did not have to go out. You did not have to go to the back, and you still got the pick because a good Samaritan knew the right thing.
And thank you. If you're watching this channel, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And if you're a security guard, you already know what the deal is. So, we finished the night out strong. We headbanged our way all the way to the end of the show, right at the gate, right at the barrier. And they finished it out with volleyballs and confetti.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, they played all the hits, all the greatest songs that they have.
Yeah. Second Sucks is my favorite song.
Second Sucks is first in our book. Yeah, they ended with the... Go ahead.
I'm made of wax, Larry. What are you made of?
Yeah, and they ended with the Platinum Bomb, the Panhandle.
I don't know why. I can never remember the name of the song that has Disrespect Your Surroundings in, but I know every word to the song.
Mm-hmm. It's off the Homesick album.
I know what album it's off of. I know all the words. I just get real confused. Mr. Highway's thinking about the end. Yes.
It's all those old school, early 2000s where they have the long names.
That Homesick album, though, is still to this day one of the best albums, and so many people agree with that. It's just good.
It's the best. It's one of the best. They're all good.
Yeah.
So, well, we had a great time. We walked back to the hotel afterwards. We bought merch, Beartooth shirts, and we enjoyed the night at the hotel room and got up Sunday morning, which is this morning, and left.
Mm-hmm.
And rode back, and we jammed some Bad Omens all the way back. We're definitely going to try to catch them on tour.
Yeah, I'm curious also to see, because, bands, I feel like they're a lot different when they're openers and when they're headliners, so it's kind of cool to see, just because they play a lot more music, their set's a lot longer, so just to see, like, the difference.
And it's cool seeing them at different venues, like the background and theatrics for A Day to Remember and Beartooth and all that was very good. With the digital background, they had a lot going on. It was changing the scenery.
Yeah.
So, check these guys out, guys. They're awesome. They rock, and we got some good footage, and we're going to do it again.
Yeah. If you guys ever just get the chance to be front row at a metal show, just do it. I don't even care which one it is.
I do not know how some of these people were sitting in the back of the lawn.
Let me tell you what, though. It's hard work. I don't think people understand, like, the people that were there at 2:30 were probably the people that started out in front of us. Or, we wound up in a different spot because there was 4 lines and we were a little bit closer. But, I hit the merch table and we went straight in. Other people were waiting in different merch lines, like all that stuff, getting drinks and food and everything. And we just go directly in there. But, like, you have to wait. Like, we stood in line over an hour outside the gate. Then we finally got in there. And of course it was delayed by like 15 minutes starting the show because we were delayed getting in the gate. So they have to make sure they get everybody in and all that. But, it's over 2 hours of just standing.
To get started. To make sure you're up front. Then you're up front. Everybody's jumping and moving around the whole time. The bass is in your body. You're getting crowd surfers. Like, it's hard work. Everybody's nuts to butts. It's tight.
Yeah.
Very tight. You can't breathe.
Super hard work.
Hot as hell.
And that's the other thing too. When the pits, if you're in the front and the pit starts behind you, like, you're getting smashed into the people in front of you. Smashed, just like that.
Smashed.
I was gonna say shoved, but I didn't want it to sound violent. So everybody's moving around. It's like we're all like one big blob this way, that way. But
it's definitely hard work. And you can't go to the bathroom. You can't get no water. You can't move. 'Cause if you go out, your spot is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's one thing, too, is, like, when people are like, oh, my friend is up there. Like, we've been doing this long enough, When we work that hard and we wait that long, it's so frustrating to me when, like, people just try to come and shove up in front of you. Because, like, I don't get mean, but, like, I will tell somebody, like, absolutely not, or, like, get them off of me or, like, out of my way, because it's, I want the crowd around me that's respectful and wants to be there for the same reason I want to be there, and I'm not going to shove in front of somebody that I know has been standing there waiting longer than me because it's a respect thing. Right. So, we run into those issues the last couple of shows, but I think, honestly, I'll tell you what it is. It's the girls. They want to get up front and see Caleb Shomo with his shirt off is what it is.
I want to get up front and see Caleb with his shirt off.
That's what it is, though. I noticed when that was going on, there was a lot of screaming chicks around me, and then they kind of disappeared.
That's true.
Yeah.
Caleb's a hottie.
But, we've been doing it a long time, too, and I feel like a lot of times when that happens, it's younger people that don't really have, like, the, metal show pit etiquette.
Metal show pit etiquette. There you have it, guys. But just be nice to each other. Love your neighbor, and
and if you want to be in the front, work hard to be in the front. Don't be rude.
Yeah, and rock out. Check out these guys. These guys were awesome. Come back and hang out with us, and That's all we got for this time. We've seen these guys so many times we can talk about them forever.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, and it says a lot that we just keep going back. Like, there might be a show we go to that we're like, oh, it's not as important on our priority list, but then there's people we've seen like Beartooth that we know there's going to be high energy, it's going to be amazing. A Day to Remember is always so crowd interactive and funny. I feel like he's always like joking, and you know the thing with him is that he's always like pointing at people and like making eye contact with people in the front and like really making you feel engaged and like loved as a fan. So those things are super important in bands too, not just the music. So I think that's kind of for us is like we like, you know, feeling appreciated as fans too is fun.
It's great. Yeah, when you can get some connection with them, that's how you get guitar picks.
Yeah.
Or drumsticks, or set lists.
The good stuff, you know, those are the big things, and one day we'll have all of this stuff, and it's great memories.
Awesome. Well, check them out, guys. We're going to probably catch more reactions to some music that come out this week, and come back and hang out with us. Turn your coffees up, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.